And now, coming to you live and local. Using Dragon Pride, this is SGHS Sports Stream. Powered by Wirecast. Sponsored by Dwayne Doza's Auto Body and Auto Sales. And Ciro's, and exclusively brought to you by St. Genevieve High School. All right, welcome to tonight's game as the St. Genevieve Dragons host our downtown rivals, Valle Catholic. Welcome tonight. Broadcasting with me in the booth here is Mr. Broden Kreitler. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good, and I'm excited here tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, this looks to be a fairly a pretty decent game. I feel like when you look at the stats and everything that kind of match up between both teams right now. Both teams coming in at 4-10, so they have the exact same record. The only difference is. In this case right now, we got a home game and an away game.
Yeah.
Both teams look like they've struggled at home. St. Gen hadn't won a game at home yet, and it looks like Valle is in the same predicament as all teams with the wins that they've accrued has been on the road. So something's got to give tonight for
sure.
that possibility as both teams come in. We've watched St. Gen play a little bit here at home, and one of the key things that they're going to have to limit, is their opportunities. Every time they get some shots off the block and layups, they really just struggled to put that ball in. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, like you just said, scoring is obviously a huge struggle for St. Gen. I think the big key for them is their defense and transition buckets. If they can, like we've seen before, their press is really dangerous against a lot of teams, and if they can just get out press, get some real easy stops and turnovers, and go in transition for some easy buckets, then they should be pretty good tonight.
Absolutely, capitalizing on those opportunities when they get steals, and then limiting their turnovers. They're definitely a turnover factor as well.
Yeah.
But last game they played, they did very well. Last two games actually from the free throw line. So if there's one thing we've learned about this team is they rely on their free throws for most of their scoring.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a moment here as we do the Star Spangled Banner. We'll be back in a moment. All right, so we're welcoming in tonight. We'll take a look at our starting lineup for both teams here in a moment as the announcer kind of goes over a few of the elements of tonight's game to the crowd here. So here we go. Let's see what we got going here.
Welcome to St. Genevieve High School for tonight's game between the visiting Valle Catholic St. Paul Lutheran Warriors and your St. Genevieve Dragons. Introducing first the visitors, the starting lineup for the Valle Catholic Warriors.
Looks like Valle Catholic will start off first.
Number two,
Reese Weiler will start here for St. Genevieve at guard.
Number 11.
And another guard is Hayden Vaith. He's number 11.
At guard. Number 13. Josie.
Followed by guard Josie Berkery.
At guard. Number 24.
At guard.
Adeline Light. At guard. Number 30.
And
Hogue.
looks like Adeline Light, number 24, and Mara Hogue will be the other two starters for St. Gen. Going into St. Gen's lineup tonight for starting varsity.
Nix, the guard, number 2 on the court there. Followed by Taylor Beckham, number 5. And looking into their next would be at center, Aaliyah Filer. And Vivian Haynes, Filer number 10, Vivian Haynes 21. And Cecilia Kay, number 23 as a guard. So looking at some of the players that we've seen tonight, well, I've got to say they didn't start Filer tonight. Looks like they are starting Emma Goodwin instead. So Filer out of the lineup for the starting role here as Emma Goodwin, number 30, comes in, and we want to pay her due.
Yeah. It's kind of different, but we'll see if it works for them.
Yeah, you know, I've seen a number of aggressive players, you know, defensively when they played Farmington the other night. You know, Cecilia Kay had a really good defensive game, you know, stealing balls and putting it on the court. I feel like Haynes actually had a number of good plays inside also. Yeah. So we'll see what they do here on the jump ball. And looks like ball will start off with Valley Catholic in control here. Weiler comes down with it. Weiler on the side there looking to work inside. And she does. She gives it to the big girl, number 24, Adeline Limp. She kicks it back out and shot deep there by number 30, Mara Hogue. That'll go out of bounds. Valley does not elect to look like press here as they swing the ball around here. Looks like they're in a 1-3-1. Is that what I'm seeing here? So they're looking to trap in the corners. Right there, they could get the trap. They swing it back out. If you run a 1-3-1, you know, normally you got to get your diagonals.
Yeah.
And right now they're working up high, low, not there. Goodwin kicks it out to Cecilia Kay, and once again, that's them throws that we were talking about, those passes at their feet.
Pass, yep.
And that was something that really hurt them the other day against Farmington, was their passes. Even though they made them, they were just right down their knees or their feet. You just can't expect somebody to catch that. And inbounds, and that'll be a back and forth violation as Cecilia Kay throws a rocket at Beckham, and it just bounces off her hands and goes to the other side of the court.
I don't think she was expecting that hard of a pass.
I don't either.
Looks like St. John needs to get a stop here, though.
So Berkery out to Weiler. Berkery looking inside, maybe. There's the flash to number 30 to the inside. Nice high-low there, and missed. Rebound over there by Goodwin. So St. John working something inside as Cecilia Kay gives it to Haynes. Haynes kicks it back out, and they're just working this corner, but not much movement. So Cecilia drives. It's deflected out to three-point range for Nick. She misses, rebounded by Goodwin.
That's a good rebound there.
Yeah, it was. Kicks it out, but nice steal by Reese Weiler, number 2, for Valle. Weiler out at the top here, swinging it around to 13, Berkery. Berkery trying to look inside here to their big girl, Adeline. Ball's inside, and looks like a double dribble there, and that'll be a turnover by Berkery at the top of the key here.
Yeah, that was good pressure there by Haynes to cause a turnover. See if they can get a good shot here, though.
Yeah. So still in the kind of the 1-3-1 look here, but they're not really trapping. So I don't know if it's a true 1-3-1, maybe more of a matchup defense here with them giving up the top speed. So looks like Goodwin tries to launch a three-pointer with no avail. Brought down by Hogue, who's going to try and take it coast to coast here, and loses control when she gets in the paint, and that'll be a jump ball. Berkery taking the ball out of bounds here as Dragons try to limit anything underneath. Kicks it out to Weiler. Weiler back to Berkery, and Weiler pulls one up and nails it.
Wow.
Nice job there.
Yeah, heavy contest, too.
Absolutely. She didn't hesitate, though. And she's all over the place right now. Weiler just a sophomore, but you could tell she's wiry on defense as she's in everybody's face. It looks like Beckham's going to shoot another three, and that's going to be out of bounds. And, well, what do you think?
Well,
3 possessions,
yeah.
3 3-point shots, kind of giving up the contested underneath?
You could tell Valley's, 1-3-1, or I guess zone is kind of messing with St. Gen. You know, they struggled against Farmington with the same thing. You know, the zones kind of mess them up, but.
And nice job there by Valle, breaking the press, getting it down underneath to Adeline. Is it Lipey? Is that how you say the name? Lipe. So Lipe misses the shot, but is fouled on the contested, so she'll get 2 from the line. She's looking to extend Valle's score right now. First one's no good. Yeah, and I agree. They're seeing this 1-3-1, but it's more of a matchup. It's not really a true 1-3-1, and they're not working diagonals very well at all. As the second one bounces around and falls in, and the score goes 4-0 here. St. Gen still waiting to try and break the ice, and Beckham thinks about it. And see, there was possibly a couple of diagonals there. They're missing it.
Yeah.
They're not flashing, and that's going to be a turnover there by St. Gen as they send the ball off. And Coach Walk not very happy with that, calls a 30-second timeout. And who could blame her after seeing some of this? She needs to work a little bit with her offense on what they're doing and what they're trying to accomplish while they're in this defense. And looking at Valle right now, I feel like they've been doing a good job. We're trying to work the ball inside to their big. They've dribbled and penetrated. They've drawn a foul so far, and that's exactly what you want to see from your team.
Yeah, exactly. They've also, I mean, cut in the middle a couple times and were able to get a high-low action. And, you know, just moving the ball really well and passing and cutting, which.
And they're not putting any pressure right now on St. Gen bringing the ball
down. They're pretty laid
down.
back and just letting them pass around because they know they're not a very good three-point shooting team. So
it looks like St. Gen is going to try to contest. Now they're going to pull back. This is at half court. And St. Gen looks like they're doing a 1-3-1 here. So let's see if they can shake something loose. As they got Haynes up top here on Weiler. Weiler kicks it to the corner over there to Vaith. Vaith dribbles out and takes it back to the top and swings it over to Hogue. Hogue inside, and nice pass. Just misses. Number 50 is in the game. Kelby Detring, and she misses the opportunity from the block. And there's a shot there, an inside pass there by Haynes. She doesn't come down with the ball.
Yeah, another missed layup that really you should be making.
Yeah.
In this situation.
And in that box out too, Haynes, I mean, if she jumps for the ball instead of stands flat-footed, she draws a foul. Nice job there by number 50, Kelby Detring, as she gets the ball back in and gives it to Hogue. Hogue shoots and misses. St. Gen will recover as they turn it down court here, looking inside. There's a diagonal, but this is not deflected there by Hogue, who anticipated. And that's going to bring in, it looks like, number 10, Aaliyah Filer. Filer's going to replace Haynes, and looks like Brown is going to come in. Lydia, number 31 for St. Gen. She's going to replace Nix. Inside pass there to Filer. Filer kicks it out as they're going to try to work the ball inside of their bigs there. Brown with a nice little corner shot, and it's out. Nice job rebounding by Filer, but she can't hold on to it and goes out of bounds.
That was a good shot there. I mean, good ball movement too, and you know, can't ask for much more.
And that was the spot that they wanted on the take. As St. Gen in a 2-2-1 press right now, trying to get something out. And there's the diagonal, and Aaliyah didn't see that, as she could have easily picked that off as she deflects the underneath. And St. Gen will move back into their 2-3 zone defense here. So Vaith inbounds over to Hogue. Hogue throws it up to the top to Vaith. Hogue swings it around to Vaith. Vaith kicks it up. Three-point shot misses. Cecilia Kay comes down with it and dishes it off to Beckham. Beckham looking to the corner. Brown, nothing there. And looks like they're running a perimeter offense here with one man inside, and then everybody else cuts through. And nice job by Valle trying to take away the big underneath. Then there's the pass there to Aaliyah. Aaliyah gives it to Cecilia Kay. She throws up a three, misses.
Great offensive
Filer
rebound.
gets the rebound, shoots and misses, and then Brown gets it, is blocked. Cecilia Kay gets it again, and another three shot by Beckham, and she drains it, and that'll be the first points of the game for St. Gen as they get three on the board.
That was great hustle there on the offensive rebound by St. Gen and hitting the open man for a good shot.
Absolutely. So Valle gets it over as Weiler takes it, pulls up, dishes it underneath to Dettering. Dettering, nice and easy shot from the block.
Yeah.
Scores.
St. John needs to get back on defense there. I mean,
Yeah.
they stop ball, but gotta find a way to get her out of the paint.
Well, and they got her to pull up, and the ball was sort of loose, but nobody jumped on it.
Yeah.
She was able to get it and pass it underneath, and, I mean, just let the bigs go to work. So St. John looking to try and move the ball around here, working it inside. They throw to the corner, and Brown for a three misses it. And St. John launching the ball tonight, not having much success. Weiler goes up for the shot. She drives and is fouled, it looks like by Goodwin.
And I feel like we've seen a lot more of St. John, you know, trying to shoot the three, the outside shot more, or, you know, long twos.
Well, and that's what I think if I was the coach, that sounds like a sound plan. I mean, you've got a team that's not a good shooting team, and you're forcing only the open shots and leaving them wide open. Hey, take the open shot. We'll let you have it. And, I mean, it's paying off for them. So a couple replacements in as Vivian Haynes comes in, and so does Nix. Brown gets the rebound, dishes it over to Nix as they run the floor here. Brown looking to give it back to Nix. Nix looking inside. Dishes it back up top. Cecilia Kay looks inside to Filer. Filer gets a good shot off and hits it. Gets 2 points.
There you go. Found the open man on the inside. By the free throw line and knocked down the shot.
So nice job by Valle breaking the press again as Wybert comes in and gets it. Little fight underneath, and Cecilia Kay with the steal. Gets it to Haynes. Brown up top. Cecilia Kay, looks like they had a little double post action in the same place.
Both of them were open.
Nice open look here by Filer. She's fouled, and that'll go to the line for 2.
They're starting to be able to find the bigs down low or at the free throw line at least. Able to get good shots here.
And that foul was on Berkery. That'll be her first and the first one for Valle tonight as Filer misses the first of 2. Beckham will replace Brown for the Dragons. As Valle leads 7-5 here in the first quarter, minute 16 left to play as the refs have kind of let them play. And misses the second one, and there's a violation crossing the line, and there'll be an extra shot here. And a timeout called by Valle's coach as he ices the shooter.
Yeah, I don't think there was
really
any
need for that. He calls a full one too.
I
don't know. He called a 30-second one. And so we're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back.
This winter season, share the flavor of Ciro's with a Ciro's restaurant gift card. Perfect for friends, family, teachers, teammates, and anyone who loves good food and good vibes. Whether it's a cozy dinner, a quick bite, or your favorite Ciro's dish, a gift card lets them enjoy it their way. Easy to give, fun to receive, and delicious every time. Pick yours up today at your local Ciro's restaurant and make someone's season extra tasty.
All right, we're back after that 30-second timeout as Filer gets to shoot another one due to a lane violation crossing during the shot by Valle. As the score's 5-7 with a minute 15 in the first quarter. Filer shoots, and it's off the rim. Valle responds as they bring the ball down. Wybert will bring it in for Valle as she kicks it over there to Berkery. Berkery over to Weiler. Weiler looking around. Passing around. Weiler looks to take the open look. Misses as she overshoots the 3. Cecilia Kay looks to push. Gets it to Filer. Filer gets a shot on the layup. Misses it and then turns around, and it's going to be a jump ball as, I don't know, how do you say is it Cavacaleas? I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know.
We'll just call her Ava.
Yeah, just call
for
her
now.
Ava.
Number 42, she gets the rebound for St. John and contests it with Filer.
There it is.
And Filer, another shot from up top. Free throw line extended and hits it the hard way. And that'll tie the game right there as St. John putting on some pressure. Berkery going over the top there to Ava, and that'll be stolen by Filer. With 29 seconds, they look to push again, and they get it back to Filer underneath. She kicks it back to the top and turns it over, I think, maybe. And
jump ball, yep.
Yes, that'll be a jump ball.
Valle will get the ball, but.
So that will be inbounded by Berkery. And it goes back to Berkery there as she tries to break the press, looking inside. And given to Weiler. Weiler's going to bring it up uncontested. She got 2 players to shoot to. Shot is missed, and Nix is in there. Gets a kind of a tip, and looks like Cecilia Kay is going to give it to Filer on the fast break. And they hit it again. And she gets 2 points before the buzzer, and that will put St. Gen up top 9-7 going into the second quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
When an accident happens, you don't just need a mechanic. You need a team that knows the game. At Dwayne Doza Auto Body, we bring over a century of combined experience to every repair. We're certified and approved for all insurance needs, and we specialize in taking the stress out of the process. Dealing with a high deductible? We're here to help you save 50 to 100% on those out-of-pocket costs. From full-service collision repair to our brand-new mobile glass service. All our work is 100% guaranteed. Don't get sidelined by a damaged vehicle. Call 573-883-9996 for a quote. Or visit us at 590 St. Gen Drive right here in St. Genevieve. Dwayne Doza Auto Body will get you back in the driver's seat.
All right, coming into the start of the second quarter, St. Gen pulls ahead by just a bucket there at the buzzer, as this is a close game so far. St. Gen will get the ball coming in here to start the second quarter as Beckham picks her dribble up and throws it away immediately. And that'll be Valle's ball as they bring it down the court here. Mercury looking over to Hogue. Hogue over to Weiler. Weiler takes a nice little round shot, misses. Beckham responds as she rebounds it and gives it over to Nix on the fast break. And Nix throws it away to Goodwin. And Mercury looking to drive as it's like 1-on-4. She gets fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2 as she's fouled by Nix.
That was a wild sequence there.
Yes, it was.
Turnovers or
no kidding.
bad passes. And
a couple missed shots.
Yeah.
So Mercury goes to the line, hits the first one as the score goes 9-8 with 7:29 left to play in the second quarter as we're moving along here pretty fast. Mercury hits her second of 2 to tie the game here at 9. Cecilia Kay inbounds to Beckham. She brings up the court as they stay in a 1-3-1 type of zone here as they work the ball around. We'll see if St. Gen makes any adjustments after the first quarter on offense. Looks like they're still running around the same thing here as Filer shoots a shot, misses, comes down for Goodwin. Goodwin can go up, and she kicks it back out to Nix for a 3. She misses, and that's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be Valle's ball. So
I'm starting to see a little bit better ball movement here for St. Gen, and working it a little bit and finding open men or open girls for open shots.
Absolutely. And nice job by Valle getting it over as they get it to Hogue. Hogue takes it to the hole and finds Filer, and Filer draws the foul in the air. An easy one to call there.
Yeah.
Hogue goes to the line for 2. And St. Gen, 2 immediate fouls coming in. It looked like the first quarter. Hogue misses the first one on the back end of the rim here. We'll see what happens next. And looks like St. Gen may sub in here as they do for Brown. Brown's going to come in for Beckham. Hogue attempting second of 2 here on this one. And right through the net, nothing but air, or what we call string music.
Yeah.
And Brown gets the ball in, kicks it over to Cecilia Kay as St. Gen looks to go to work here on offense, trying to find something. And Filer's going to throw it over Nix's head, and it's going to be a backcourt violation, and that'll be another turnover for St. Gen. And so the turnover continue to plague them this year.
Yeah, and Valle did a good job, pressing right there a little bit. They're really active on defense. It's just if you're St. Jean, you just got to calm down and, make a good, solid pass actually to your, open guy or whatever.
And some of that's mechanics. They're just not squaring up. They're
Yeah.
just turning halfway, seeing somebody and slinging it, and that's just something you can't do. So St. John on defense here, looking to try and get a steal or a takeaway as Hogue drives into the hole, kind of fumbles around with it. Nice job by Hogue throwing it off Brown's leg before going out of bounds, and Valle will retain. Weiler up top here on the corner with the ball, drives hard, goes to shoot, and is kind of, I guess, blocked maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like they were saying, ref saying
Kinda.
it's tipped and it's going to stay there for Valle. And so
Had a hand
Valle
on it,
will
but-
take inbound the ball here. Berkery inbounds over. Swinging around to Weiler. Weiler back to Berkery. Berkery kicks it to the top to Hogue. Hogue looks to dribble, kicks it off her foot. Cecilia Kay gets it, looking to go sideways on it. Passes it inside. Nice job to Haynes. Haynes overshoots the layup, and it'll be rebounded by Valle. And nice job there by Weiler getting the ball and pushing down fast and getting fouled on the layup.
Yeah, both teams doing a good job in transition to really push the ball and shoot for layups, but St. John really needs to capitalize on, the layups they get.
Oh, absolutely.
That was wide open, and once again, an unacceptable miss.
Weiler misses the first one here as there's a transition of players on and off the court here. Weiler misses the second one. Ball's bounced around, returned by Hogue. Hogue shoots and misses, bounces off. Weiler will get the ball, shoots and misses. And this time, number 50, Detring will get the rebound, and she's fouled by Haynes on the shot. It's like we always say, you keep letting the offensive team keep rebounding. It's a matter of time before you get a foul from the defense.
Yeah, that or they'll make it, but.
Absolutely. So Detring misses the first of two here, as free throws have not been Valle's friend tonight so far. And that'll be short. Rebounded by Goodwin. Goodwin slings it out to Beckham as she brings it up the court, looking inside somewhere. She's at the top of the key. And nice defense there by Weiler, giving Beckham all she needs.
Yeah.
And they kick it out to Haynes. Haynes slings it through, and looks like they gave up on Filer underneath. Nice job finding Haynes as she's stuffed by Detring, though. And ball will remain St. John's down on their end. 5:31 left to play in the second period.
A little confusion. No one.
Yeah, no one knew who to inbound. They just start counting if you don't come and get it. And Goodwin finally inbounds at the last second. And timeout by Coach Walk while the ball's out there. So Coach Walk a little frustrated, and she decides to take a full timeout. And as that, we will take a timeout also, and we'll be back after this.
Welcome to another night of SGHS Sports. Before we get to the action, let's talk about the team behind our broadcast, Ciro's Family Restaurant. For over 30 years, this downtown St. John landmark has been a local favorite, known for its incredible pizza, delicious sandwiches, varietal pasta, and cool suds. Whether you're dining in, enjoying the patio, or just need a quick bite, with curbside pickup, Ciro's has you covered. They even have a great salad bar to go. Ciro's Family Restaurant, the official sponsor of the SGHS Sports Stream and Down to the Wire podcast. Grab a slice and let's get ready to cheer on the Dragons. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus.
All right, coming back after the timeout by the Dragons. And I think they've had 2 timeouts now, so they have 3 left. They will inbound here as Coach Walker tries to dial something up for them to score here. Goodwin is inbounding. And we're underway. And they pass it into Filer, and that's hit out of bounds. And turnover right there. And I'm sure that's got to frustrate the coach.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, draw up, you take a full timeout to draw up a play and can't execute it, definitely gets under your skin a little bit.
St. Gen in a 1-3-1, looking to the inside. Nice job getting it there, and Dettering nails it as it's inbounded or thrown to her for the assist there by Hogue. As Weiler,
Kind of doing it herself.
she's
all at
pretty
the top.
wiry as a defensive player. She's all over the place. And looks like they're swinging around. St. Gen will shoot another three, and they miss as Valle rebounds. Mercury bringing it down. Looks to push a little bit. They get it to Weiler. Weiler will shoot the three, and off the board, nails it. And that's 15-9 as St. Gen gets the ball in. And another three-pointer by St. Gen. As Beckham tries to hit something from deep and misses. Ball goes out of bounds, and Valle will get the ball. Vaith inbounds to Weiler. She looks for a place on the court here. They're in a 1-3-1 again, and they're trying to squeeze, but they're not squeezing.
Yeah.
And right now they squeeze, but not enough. As Valle shoots a three, rebounded by Weiler, who just goes up and hits it on the putback. Nice job by Weiler tonight as she's getting hot.
Yeah, that can't be happening. You know, it's the smallest girl on the court getting an offensive rebound putback. It's
Yeah. And Vivian Haynes will shoot a three from sideways. Misses and rebounded by Goodwin. Goodwin takes a shot from the block, misses with an air ball, and that'll be rebounded and brought up by Vaith. Vaith over to Mercury. Mercury looking to find Hogue. There's a little bit of turnover there, and then Hogue fouls, looks like Haynes on the ground, and that'll be maybe her first foul tonight. And so St. Gen will get the ball there on that miscue. Brown will replace Beckham here as she comes in at point. So they're running the 1-3-1 look here. Swings it out over to, and Goodwin pulls up for a three and nails it. And 17-12 now as St. Gen still trails by 5. Hogue bringing it up, goes coast to coast, is blocked there by Filer. Filer then turns and looks like she was going to throw it away, and that'll be a foul on Valle by number 11. Vaith wasn't able to get there in time for a clean steal, although she did see it. And again, that's another situation. You got to square up.
Yeah, I mean, she had an open girl behind her, but
right,
just couldn't see her because she didn't square up properly.
And looks like Jokers will come in for Haynes as Nick slings one across court. Nick goes out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover for St. Gen. With 3:12 left to play, Valle will take over, and St. Gen looking to press here to try and maybe get a steal. And they easily break the press there as Mercury then tries to get it inside to Dettering as she sends it over. So a lot of miscues by both teams here.
Yeah, and I mean, Valle did a good job of, you know, breaking the press there in the backcourt, but
and I mean, it's a good idea. The high-low is there. It's just
yeah.
not a good pass as far as
gotta make a better
goes.
pass for sure.
So they're slinging it up. Goodwin looking to shoot another tray, pulls it up and gives it to Nix. Nix to Filer. She slings it out to Brown. Brown will shoot a tray. She misses, hits backboard. Ball's on the ground, and looks like it was kicked.
I think it was.
And it was kicked by a Valle player, so it'll stay there. It'll be St. Gen's ball. 2:48 left to play in the second quarter of play, first half. So they swing it over to Nix. Nix shoots the tray, misses, ball's loose, and then rebounded by Vaith, who keeps the ball low. Nix comes up and is able to grab it. That's a jump ball. That'll be Valle's ball. Valle rotates in Weiler, and she'll replace Hogue. So 2:41 left to play, and Valle brings it down, looking to go to work here on offense. Vaith swinging it around, turns it over, and then Brown turns it over. Nice pass by number 13, Mercury, into Dettering underneath. Dettering able to finish on the block for 2 points.
Good steal in anticipation by Brown. She just wasn't able to handle it. I think she got bumped a little bit.
Yeah. And that'll be an overextension of the arm there on Valle, and a foul by number 13, Berkery.
Number 13, Josie Berkery. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 5, Kayla Beck.
And that's Berkery's second foul. It looks like they're going to replace her with Hogue, make sure she doesn't get in foul trouble with 2 minutes left in the game. Brown looking to inbound for the Dragons. Gets it to Beckham. Beckham looking inside, kicks it out to Goodwin. Goodwin swings it around back up top. It's back to Goodwin. She kicks it to Beckham. Beckham swings it to the other side to Brown, looking inside for both her post players. They've got them posted up.
Yeah, they had. She
They just
had
don't
'em.
have any faith sending it in there, do they?
No.
So Beckham looks inside this time to Filer. Filer shoots and misses, and that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Valle's ball, as it was an air ball. St. Gen pulling back the horses here with 1:51. St. Gen trailing by 7 as Valle been taking advantage of some of the turnovers. Faith up top, looking for the high-low there to Berkery. A little bit of a tip ball. Berkery sends it back over to Vaith. Vaith swings it over to Hogue.
Good hands there by St. Gen.
Yep. Back to Vaith. Vaith up top. And that'll be an easy call there on Brown as she fouls.
Pretty much just swipe down and
number 45, Ava Sherrill. Sherrill will go to the line and get a shot at hitting 2 free throws here.
it's really a kind of a silly foul to commit, you know.
Yeah, I don't.
She already had the ball in her hands. There's really no reason to swipe at it.
Right, and I didn't see her like putting the ball on the ground and driving to the hole because she was looking around to pass. It's just as soon as she brought it down, she swiped at it. So Cheryl misses the first one. She tries to hit the second of 2, and she nails that one. And that gives Valle a 20-12 lead with 1:26 in the first half. Beckham brings it down, kicks it over to Goodwin. Goodwin looking inside. And back to Goodwin for a deep 3, and she nails it. And that'll be 15-20 there as Goodwin's hit 2 trays tonight. And they send it around, and there's going to be a walk. Weiler trying to dribble down and turns it over with 1:06 there as St. Gen trails by 5.
St. Gen gaining a little momentum, seeing the ball go through the hoop and getting a big stop there. So hopefully they can keep it up.
Weiler playing a little defense there and almost causes a back and forth. Vivian Haynes shoots the 3 off the line, misses an air ball. Hogue rebounds, looks to push, kicks it out to Vaith. Vaith pulls up, and they go inside to Cheryl, who does a shot inside, gets her own rebound, shoots again and misses. And that might have. And that's going to go to St. Gen, although it looked like they dribbled the ball before it went out.
Pretty sure she did, but
St. Gen got a lucky break there.
Yeah,
As
we'll
it's
take
40,
it.
40 seconds left as they inbound to Nix. Nix swings it over to Beckham. St. Gen looking to get a shot off here with 35 seconds left in the first half. They're working some motion here. Kick it down to Haynes. Haynes swings it back out. Beckham will take the tray up top and miss. And that'll be rebounded by Valle with 20 seconds left. Valle's looking to push here as they need some points. As Hogue picks the ball up, gives it over to Vaith. Vaith back to Hogue. Looking inside and all open up top. Try to high-low it, and they turn it over, and it was the right idea.
yeah.
Or she could have even shot that ball.
She definitely
was wide
should have
open.
shot.
So Cheryl was free throw line extended, way open. Just elected to pass. 3 seconds left. St. Gen almost turns it over. It's going to stay there as they inbound with 1.6 seconds left. So whoever gets this needs to throw it up.
Yeah. Hopefully they realize
I don't know if they're not even looking at the clock here. And they inbound to Haynes. Haynes doesn't know, and
yep, kind of figured they didn't know.
yep, and she manages to possibly get a shot off, but it's blocked, and that'll end the first half. As St. Gen trails 20-15. Then we're going into the third quarter of play, and St. Gen will get the ball coming out to start the second half as St. Gen is trailing early on. What are your thoughts right now, Broden? First half.
You know, only being down by 5, I think it could be a whole lot worse, you know, with how their offenses have been going. You know, they've been having a lot of bad turnovers, and I think their defense is really what's keeping them in the game, you know, and especially their rebounding hasn't been too bad tonight. Also, I mean, Valle's been missing, you know, quite a few shots, and also has been turning it over a little bit, trying to hit that high to low we've seen a couple times. But I would say their defense is definitely what's keeping them in the game right now. They just need to figure it out here on offense and, score a little bit more.
Absolutely, and you're looking at the basic premise, but between the two teams right now, what they run and how they deal with, their offense and defenses, I think both are, they're struggling with their turnovers and passes, and then, of course, just the missed shots underneath is always, a big thing, and that's something both these teams are going to have to work on in the, in the coming weeks ahead, getting closer to district and conference play. So we're going to take a time out here, and we'll be back in a moment.
Looking for the perfect spot in downtown St. Genevieve? Come enjoy the hometown flavor of Ciro's Restaurant, where great food, friendly faces, and unforgettable meals are always on the menu. From classic comfort dishes to crowd favorite pizzas and pastas, Ciro's serves up fresh, delicious plates that keep locals coming back and visitors talking. Bring your family, meet your friends, or make it a night out, because every meal feels special at Ciro's. Ciro's Restaurant, downtown St. Genevieve. Here, good taste comes naturally. At Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, you're more than just a customer. You're family. Locally owned and proudly serving our community, we specialize in collision repair, paint work, and quality used vehicles you can trust. Honest pricing, friendly service, and craftsmanship you'll notice. Stop by today and see why locals choose Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales. Contact them at 573-883-9996.
Share the flavor of Ciro's with a Ciro's restaurant gift card. Perfect for friends, family, teachers, teammates, and anyone who loves good food and good vibes. Whether it's a cozy dinner, a quick bite, or your favorite Ciro's dish, a gift card lets them enjoy it their way. Easy to give, fun to receive, and delicious every time. Pick yours up today at your local Ciro's restaurant and make someone's season extra tasty. When life throws you a dent, a ding, or a breakdown, we've got your back at Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales with certified technicians that'll bring your car back to life. Fast, affordable, and done right the first time. So if you're ever in trouble or need a repair, call Dwayne Doza at 573-883-9996.
right, we're back to start the second half of tonight as Valle leads right now, 20-15 going in to start the third quarter. Any thoughts before we get started here, Broden?
Well, I mean, you know, going against the zone, you really got to move the ball well. Not in, you know, in the second half with it being a 5-point game, you know, neither team's scoring the ball really well. You really got to not turn it over, not have sloppy passes that we've been seeing a lot here in the first half from Ste. Gen. And, you know, they're getting open shots. You just got to knock them down. And, you know, if you miss, then get back on defense. And, you know, they've been doing pretty good here on defense tonight, getting some stops and haven't allowed too many points. So really just the offensive end.
Yeah, and, you know, I've noticed that in a 1-3-1 defense, you know, a lot of times you don't overload a side. You spread yourself out so you have diagonals with somebody working on the inside perimeter. But Ste. Gen's been overloading on one side, trying to kind of, I think, through sheer congestion, kind of put a weapon in. But they haven't been able to really capitalize on it much.
Yeah. And, well, one thing I was just talking to my cousin about, shout out to her, she kind of helps coach some of the kids that come in from, I think it's, I forgot, well, what school was it? Well, from a different school, but I was telling her I would really like to see, you know, the Lady Dragons drive the wing more because it's wide open. Valle really only has, you know, one big girl in the post a lot of the times, and the drive, the baseline's wide open, and I'd really like to see them out of that instead of passing it around, you know.
Well, you know what's really wide open? The fact that somebody forgot to tell the refs that it was time to play.
Yeah, no
They're
joke.
still down in the locker room somewhere.
Still trying to catch a breather.
I'm sure they'll be up at some point here.
Oh, here they come.
Comes one.
I think these are new. I've never seen these refs before, so.
All right, so starting out for the half here. Ste. Gen will inbound against Valle, and we'll get this show underway here. Valle still showing the 1-3-1 here. And Cecilia Kay inbounds to Haynes. Haynes back over to Cecilia Kay. And Nick's up at the top. Swinging it back over to the corner is Haynes will shoot a three-pointer, an air ball.
Great rebound there by Beckham.
Yeah, Beckham then shoots a sideline shot, misses, and Haynes underneath on the block. Throws it up top to free throw line extended. Goodwin takes inside and actually converts the layup. An outstanding air.
She's having a good night tonight. Made a couple threes and just got that bucket. So see if Ste. Gen can't get a stop here.
Let's see what Ste. Gen's running here. And nice job inbounding there. Valle to Dettering. Dettering turns and burns on the post spot. Nails it for 2 points. Ste. Gen will bring it down. Nick's in the corner over there. Swinging it back to Cecilia Kay, back to Nix. Nix looking at the wing. Nice inside pass. And Cecilia Kay is able to get the layup and the foul as Dettering fouls.
Great, you know, kind of cross-court pass, and Lila Nix actually led her to the basket with that pass, so was able to get an and one, and hopefully she can knock down this free throw here.
That looked like something the coach dialed up at halftime.
Yeah.
And Cecilia Kay hits the free throw for a three-point conversion. And it's 20-22 with 7 to go here to start off with. Weiler over to Berkery. Berkery over to Vaith. Vaith dribbling around to Berkery. Berkery up top of the key. Kicks it out over to Weiler. Weiler dribbles in. Not afraid to shoot. They give it to Hogue. Hogue looks inside. Nice move. And hits it. And hits the 2-point the hard way. And it's 20-24 as both teams starting to open up some shooting. And Nix overthrows the player. Haynes tips off of her, goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover, and Valle will inbound to Weiler. As Weiler brings it up, looks like Ste. Gen's in a 2-3 right now. Not trying to do anything fancy, is their bread and butter defense here.
Yeah.
And nice drive there by Berkery. She kicks it out, and good job there as Vaith drives, is blocked, rebounded by Dettering. Dettering just fires it back up on the putback and gets the point.
She's been really good on the offensive boards tonight. Ste. Gen definitely needs to, you know, start boxing her out and working hard at that.
And A quick throw out to Beckham. Beckham has a three-point shot. It is contested off the rim, goes out of bounds, and it'll become Valle's ball. Valle maintaining a 26-20 lead here as Haynes is replaced over by Leah Filer, and Weiler will bring the ball down. As they're still in the 2-3 zone, contesting the outside shot, especially against Weiler, who can hit it. And they send it over to Berkery. Berkery back over to Hogue. Hogue inside to Dettering, and Dettering misses in and out from the block. Rebounded by Goodwin. And Cecilia Kay sets the pick over to Nix. Nix to nice pass inside.
Ooh.
Just missed on the layup by Goodwin, as it was a nice little ball movement.
Yeah, for sure.
Just weren't able to capitalize. Looks like
Great
it'll
job.
stay there.
Great job by Filer finding the open man as, she was covered. Just couldn't hit the layup there, though.
So Cecilia Kay inbounds over to Beckham. Beckham swings to Nix. Nix tries to throw one up, gets it blocked. Dettering gets it, throws it down to Vaith. Vaith throws it over to Weiler. Weiler's going to take the shot, misses. Dettering on the rebound. Put back, misses. Cecilia Kay with the rebound, and she's going coast to coast here. She pulls up, gives it quickly to Goodwin. Goodwin misses the easy layup. Another miss there by Filer on the shot underneath the basket, and it'll be a jump ball. So just missed opportunities.
For both teams, really.
Absolutely.
I mean, Valle with the offensive rebounds just can't put it back, and then you got Ste. Gen with some good ball movement here, and they're, working the ball passing really well. It's just open layups. You just can't make them.
Yeah, and that's something, it's high percentage shot.
Just missing two. It would have been a 2-point game there if Goodwin could have hit them both.
So ball's bouncing around, and Nix will get it, throws it to Beckham. Beckham looking to turn it over again, and she does.
Yep.
As you could see it coming a mile away.
Crossed half court, picked it up, and was looking behind her. Can't be doing that.
No, and you got to square up. You got to pivot foot. It's so frustrating.
Being a little nervous or shy from the Valle defense. Go at them.
So Valle inbounds over. Hogue with the ball at the top of the key, looking inside. Throws it back out to Weiler. Weiler, free throw line extended, drives inside for the layup and nails it. Nice job there.
That was a great drive and inside hand layup.
Nix has the ball down in, gives it to their hot one right now, Goodwin. Goodwin bounces it off the rim, and that's going to be an easy call there on Beckham, who uses the body and fouls. Number 45, Cheryl, on the rebound. And that'll be a turnover for Valle. Will get the ball as they inbound. Ste. Gen on the 2-2-1 press, looking to try and get a turnover here. Weiler pulls up, gives it over to Berkery. Berkery inbounds, gets it over to Cheryl. Cheryl just takes it all the way in, misses the layup, kicks it back out to Hogue. Hogue the hard way, misses, and Cecilia Kay gets the rebound. Beckham will bring it up as she kicks it out to her. Looking inside, they give it to Goodwin. Goodwin stops, pops, gets it blocked. Cecilia Kay gets the ball, gives it inside, and gives it to Filer. Filer throws it away to Weiler. Weiler looked like she walked and got lucky. And a three-point shot there by Cheryl and missed. Nix will bring it back down as the action continues. Looking inside to Filer. Filer can't hold on to it, drops it, stolen by Weiler, and just a series of just miscues on these back and forth.
It's been a hard sequence to watch here.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Cheryl, nice job.
It was great to end that run of turnovers there, even though it's the wrong team for us.
Yeah, but Cheryl shoots light, gets a rebound, puts it up, scores for Valle. And Goodwin has the ball up top, and that'll be a jump ball, and it'll stay here. Brown will enter the game for Beckham. And Valle has a couple of subs themselves that come in. I believe Vaith is one of them. Brown looking to enter the ball in, trying to find an open person. Dishes it over to Nix. Nix drives, gives it to Filer. Filer kicking it back out to Brown at the top of the key. They'll give it to Nix. Nix looks inside to Filer. Filer dribbles inside, shoots and misses. Cecilia Kay with the rebound, goes to shoot and is fouled by 13. Josie Berkery. So Berkery may be picking up her third foul tonight.
Yeah, it was a good offensive rebound, and she was able to draw the foul and get to the free throw line there. So good job by Cecilia Kay.
Cecilia Kay, one of their better rebounders on the team. Very aggressive and seems to find herself around the ball.
Yeah.
And she hits the first one. So Kavalaska enters the game for St. Gen, or I should say Valle, as she replaces, it looks like Berkery. Berkery has 3 fouls right now. They don't want to tempt fate. Cecilia Kay hits the second of her 2 free throws here, and she's got 5 on the night.
St. Gen looking to press here.
Weiler looking to dribble around it, and they could find her. She picks it up, swings it over to Vaith. Vaith is going to cross, and nice job by Cecilia Kay closing down the gate and blocking the pass, but it does go out of bounds, and looks like a 30-second timeout here by the Warriors, and we'll be back in a second.
Winter season, share the flavor of Ciro's with a Ciro's restaurant gift card. Perfect for friends, family, teachers, teammates, and anyone who loves good food and good vibes. Whether it's a cozy dinner, a quick bite, or your favorite Ciro's dish, a gift card lets them enjoy it their way. Easy to give, fun to receive, and delicious every time. Pick yours up today at your local Ciro's restaurant and make someone's season extra tasty.
All right, we're back after that 30-second break here, as timeout was called by Valle. Valle will take the ball out here in the side here as the ball's given to Vaith. Vaith looks to inbound and is able to get it over to number 45, Ava Sherrill. Sherrill swings it out to Weiler. Weiler, free throw line extended, misses and rebounded by Goodwin. Goodwin pulls up and gives it to Brown. Brown gives it up to Cecilia Kay, who'll drive, pulls it out, gives it back to Brown as she swings it to Nix. Nix looks inside to Cecilia Kay. It was the right pass, just too much to handle. And shot there given by Aaliyah Filer, who misses. Valle will shoot, and Cecilia Kay with the defense gets the steal. Oh, and they give her the foul. Wow, great defense by Cecilia Kay.
Yeah, that was.
And it was a loose ball.
Really
I don't know
good
how they
defense.
call a foul on that. She was able to strip
Dove
it.
for the ball, yeah, and everything.
So that'll be Cecilia's 3rd foul.
Tough call there, but.
Yep, but it is
good
what
aggression,
it is.
Yeah.
And that'll be a turnover on the inbound as it just slips through the hands of Kavalaska. And swinging over to Nix. Nix inside to Filer. Filer goes to shoot, is fouled by number 24, Adeline Light. And she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good way to draw the foul there. And I think St. Jen's really getting to the free throw line a little bit more here and, you know, getting some easy points off that. You know, defensive-wise, they're not doing too bad. They've been leaving a couple guys open as Weiler just had an open mid-range shot down there. So definitely need to clean that up. And St. Jen's turnovers, too, are a big thing here.
Yeah, and if they keep doing it, there's no way you can win a game like that.
For sure, especially with all their missed shots.
So Filer misses the second of 2 as she missed both of them. Valle gets the rebound, and Weiler has the ball right now as she's contested by Nix up top. And they look inside. They dish it over to their big girl, Dettering. Dettering misses as she hits it off the rim. Nix, they look to push. Nice series of plays there as Goodwin is fed by Nix underneath for an easy layup and 2-point conversion.
Good transition bucket there. And
absolutely.
Good left-handed layup by Goodwin.
Nice penetration by Valle. Vaith brings it down. Oh, and kicks it over to Kavalauskas, who looks like she's traveled. It's dished out to Hogue. Hogue shoots and misses, rebounded by Filer. Filer gives it to Brown. Brown over to Nix, looking for an inside pass. She gives it to Filer, and Filer is fouled as she looks to shoot by number 30, Mara Hogue.
Yeah. It's some good play, some good transition play by St. Gen. You know, they're pushing the ball real fast, getting downhill, and you know, Filer's been getting to the free throw line, and Goodwin for a couple layups here. So
yeah, they're doing a good job forcing the action. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Filer missing the next, and she's not been too hot on the free throw line tonight. She's gone a number of times. I don't think she's hit one yet.
I don't know. I don't think so.
So Filer throws this one up, and she nails it. So 26-30 with 1:13 left to play here in the 3rd period. Or I should say 25-30. Vaith looking to inbound. Cecilia Kay there. She dishes it away, and Beckham gets the ball and is fouled immediately by Weiler. on the court, so St. Gen will retain the ball as they inbound.
It's like,
And they're in bonus.
yeah, they'll be in bonus. That's
So Beckham goes to the line.
Subbing in for the Warriors, number 13.
Minute and 10 left to play in the third quarter. It's been a pretty fast-paced game here in this second half. A lot of back-and-forth action.
Yep.
And Beckham hits her first of 2.
And Valley's got to be smart here as they're, you know, St. Gen's kind of starting to close the gap here as they're going on a bit of a run here and getting turnovers and getting to the free throw line. Definitely, and being in the bonus, Valley has to play some smart defense here.
Yeah. Well, and Beckham hits both of those, and Valley was up by 10. Now it's been cut to 3. Nice dribbling by Hogue straight over to Detring, who converts off the block, and nice retaliation there by Valley as they answer back.
Got to get back on defense.
Cecilia Kay into Goodwin. Back to Cecilia Kay, over to Goodwin at the top, or I should say Beckham. They send it out to Haynes, who's in now, who replaced Filer, and that'll be a turnover as Haynes' pass was not crisp and straight to the person. So 27-32, 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. St. Gen looking to try and force some sort of turnover, and Hogue throws it to Detring all alone, just turns and burns, scores off the block.
Left wide open. I don't know who's supposed to be guarding her, but
you can't play halfway in the middle. You got to go one or the other. Inbound as the bullet is thrown to Goodwin. It bounces off her hands. Turnover St. Gen. Weiler goes for the layup, is fouled by Nix, and scores 2, and she'll go to the line. So
Valley's
just like
starting
that.
to push back,
Yeah. And Valle, basically, if she hits this one, gets back to a 10-point game.
And most of it is St. Gen's transition defense. Like, you know, when they're up trying to press here, not getting back is really hurting them right now.
Yeah.
Just leaving, you know, a guy wide open down there.
Yeah, well, they're not anticipating one pass.
Yeah.
They do. You know, it's like one of those things where they can anticipate, get the steal, but they're not doing it. They're halfway between letting the pass occur.
Not fully committing to it.
So Cecilia Kay with the rebound off that shot. 11 seconds left. Inbounds to, in the middle, right there to Goodwin. Goodwin misses, and Filer kicks it out. And Beckham shoots the tray, misses. And Cecilia Kay tries to shoot, is too far under the rim, hits the board. And that's the way the cookie will crumble here at the end of the third quarter. St. Gen trails 36-27. We'll be back in a moment.
If throws you a dent, a ding, or a breakdown, we've got your back at Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales with certified technicians that'll bring your car back to life. Fast, affordable, and done right the first time. So if you're ever in trouble or need a repair, call Dwayne Doza at 573-883-9996.
So we're back to finish the fourth quarter of play tonight between the Valle Catholic Warriors and the Ste. Genevieve Dragons. Both teams locked in at 4-9, 4-10, something like that. 4-10 right now, so someone's getting ready to up their record right now. And they inbound to Filer as Beckham at the top of the key. He dishes it over to Nix, back to Beckham. St. Gen trailing by 9 as Beckham sends one out of bounds.
That was a wild pass.
And Valle will take possession here. Vaith will bring it up. Yeah, St. Gen sets up in their 2-3 zone. Vaith swings it out over to Berkery. Berkery back to Vaith at the top of the key. And Valle, nice and easy and smooth as Hogue shoots a tray, misses. Goodwin gets the rebound. So St. Gen gets out of that unscathed. Goodwin Swinging it back to Filer underneath. Filer with the layup. Hits it.
Good ball movement and was able to knock down the layup there.
So St. Gen putting on the pressure here, trying to get a turnover, not able to stop him as Hogue drives, pulls up and stops and throws a ball straight into Cecilia Kay, but not before she travels. As poor Cecilia takes a ball straight into the chest at point blank range. So St. Gen trailing 36-29, 7:07 left to play as Brown comes in for Beckham here. Brown kicks it out over to Cecilia Kay, and Kay throws it into Goodwin. Goodwin manages to get the shot off, rebounded by Goodwin again, and it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Walk as obviously Goodwin was trapped on the line there, and St. Gen calls its third timeout today, and that'll be a 30-second timeout with 6:51 left to play. St. Gen's going to have to inbound and get a shot off here. They don't want to waste their opportunities as the clock is not their friend right now.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Yeah, if you're not a high-scoring team and you're down by, 8, I think right now, almost 8.
You definitely got to go on a run early here. You don't want to wait.
Right, until the last second to try and get hot. So St. Gen comes out of the timeout as they line up to the inbound here as Brown will inbound for them. Valle comes out, sets up in defense as we get play underway here. As the fourth quarter continues, Brown inbounds over to Goodwin. Sends it up top there to Nix. Throws it to Goodwin. Free throw line extended. Back to Brown. Brown looks to shoot the tray and misses, and that'll be rebounded by Valle as they look to bring up by Berkery.
That was a good look there for St. Gen,
Yeah, it was. Weiler, little fake shot, and Nix will rebound and look to push, and she traveled. Got to do that jump stop.
Yeah.
6:24 left to play. A turnover there by St. Gen. Valle inbounds as St. Gen looks to press again. Mercury goes up top over to Hogue. Hogue driving, shoots from the block, misses. Rebounded by Cecilia Kay as always. And Brown gets it back to Cecilia Kay. And she gets it back to Brown at the top of the key as St. Gen looks to try and work something inside. Brown swinging it around here. Swings over to the corner as Nix sends one diagonal back up to the top to Brown. Good ball rotation, and there it is right there at the top. Just a missed shot. Cecilia Kay gets the offensive rebound, gives it back to Filer. Filer to Brown in the paint and nails it. Wow.
Great ball movement, good action. Kept it alive there. Offensive rebounds.
Weiler open free. You know she'll take it. And nice inbound over there to the baseline. And looked like number 45, Ava Sherrill, elected to kind of drive the baseline and was going to kick it out to the wing. And it was blocked, but it went out of bounds. It'll remain Valle's ball as St. Gen trails by 5. And they swing it out to Vaith in the corner. Vaith hits a tray. Nice shot by her, and it's 39-31 there as she was left uncontested. And another inside high-low there.
Yeah. St. Gen finally starting to, make a lot of their shots here and getting some good looks here offensively. Just got to really lock in here on defense.
So Filer was able to get the shot off and convert. Valle brings the ball down, and Valle calls a timeout. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout, and we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
It takes a community to build a great team, and that's why we are so proud to partner with Ciro's Family Restaurant, a downtown tradition for over 30 years. Ciro's is the perfect place to celebrate a win or just grab a great meal. From their famous pizzas to fantastic pasta and savory sandwiches, they've got all the fuel you need to get loud for the Dragons. Dine in, outdoor seating, or curbside pickup, however you want it. Ciro's delivers. Ciro's Family Restaurant, our sponsor and your spot for great food. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus.
taking the ball out as they called the timeout there, the 60-second timeout. Both teams have 2 timeouts left in the game. And stolen by Nix. Gives it to, well, turned over by Nix. And Hogue will have the ball there at the top of the key for Valle as they go back into a 2-3. And if you're Valle, you don't get.
Yeah, you don't want to get too greedy. You just kind of want to run clock if you can. But
And looks like they called 3 seconds in the lane there against Dettering, who was kind of set up in the paint. And that's a no-no. Cecilia Kay there in the corner tries to get it into Filer and basically throws a jump ball, and that'll be a turnover as St. Gen on their first 2 possessions out of the timeout just turn the ball over.
Yep.
You can't win games and make a comeback doing that.
Yeah, you sure can't.
So Weiler will bring it up. Weiler looking to the corner over there for Hogue. Hogue looking to try and get it into Dettering. And ball's tipped there by Nix. Back out to Hogue. Hogue sends it over to Weiler. Nice inside move. She's going to drive and shoot. Misses the layup. And looks like it's going to stay there as it's out on Nix from the loose ball off the rim. Valle will maintain possession. 4:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. And they send the ball out to Dettering. Dettering for a deep 2-point, almost converts it off the backboard. And St. Gen pushes the ball down court real fast as they look to get it inside. They get it to Filer. And another turnover there. That one by Cecilia Kay on the pass to Filer inside. And Valle will get the ball as they're in no rush to really bring it down at this juncture. And they're going to have to put some pressure on Valle here with 3:55 left to play if they want to stay in this game. They swing it over to Hogue on the Vaith on the outside. Vaith pulls up and misses. Balls everywhere. Nice move by Weiler. Able to get a shot off, misses. And looks like Filer comes down with it. Gives it over to Beckham. Beckham sends it over to Goodwin. Goodwin passes it over to Beckham. The top of the key here. You can definitely tell some of the girls are getting gassed right now.
You can definitely see it.
So as they try to work it inside, and Nix slings one out of bounds. Nobody there.
Now it's getting to the point where they feel a little rushed, and like you just said, they're gassed, not making the best decisions, and not playing with the best pace right now.
Exactly. So with 3:21 down by 6, and all that's just 3 buckets, but that could be an eternity right now for a team that's lacking offensively. And they look inside, swing it back out to Weiler. Weiler sends it over to Hogue. Hogue at the top as now they're playing keep away. And they send it back out to Vaith. Vaith tries to sling one over. Nice job, and it's blocked. Inside pass and a foul on Goodwin as Filer brings it up, sees Goodwin on the inside slant to the rim, and she draws a foul.
Really good pass there.
And that's 4 fouls now for Berkery. And Goodwin misses the first one as she tries to lock in on the second one here. And she misses the second as Vaith rebounds, dishes it to Berkery. Berkery brings it straight down, kicks it to Weiler. Weiler smartly pulls it out and gives it to Hogue. Hogue drives inside, looking to shoot. Back out to Weiler. Weiler to Hogue. Hogue thinking about shooting it. And right now, just want to tell him, don't. Just keep the ball away.
Yeah.
And Hogue out there on the corner, and she is fouled by Beckham. And that'll be the first foul for St. Gen this quarter. And it's 39-33, 2:30 left to play. That is Beckham's second foul, and St. Gen is far from getting this done. They've got to step up here and get a couple steals.
Yeah, they got to look to be a little bit more aggressive here on the defensive end.
And they're looking to inbound, and they do manage to get it in. Lipe will get the ball and kick it back out, and it's in the hands of Berkery at the top of the key. And she dribbles inside, and she passes it out to Vaith. Back over to Hogue. Hogue drives inside, gets an inside pass, and it's tipped and turned over, just what St. Gen needs. They got to capitalize here.
Go.
Cecilia Kay passes about to Beckham at the top. They give it to Goodwin. Goodwin for the three-pointer, nails it, and a timeout is called by coach walk as Goodwin from the outside is able to hit one, and that brings the score to within 3 with 1:59 left to play. So great job there by Goodwin scoring on that
great
play.
realization that it's time to go and time to shoot, really.
So the Dragons take a full timeout in this scenario right now. St. Gen has 1 timeout left, 1:59. They're trailing by 3. They're not really in foul trouble. I don't think anybody's in real foul trouble for St. Gen. On the other end of the board, though, I would say the only player really is Berkery, who's one of the point guards and consistent ball handlers for Valle. So she has 4 on the night with some aggressive play. But on the whole, I think Valle's pretty good, too, as far as foul trouble. So both teams been playing a pretty solid, clean game and working through their progressions, and we'll see where they land. What are your thoughts on this last 2 minutes here?
Well, I mean, both teams have kind of cleaned it up a little bit here. Definitely St. Gen in the second half and then here in the fourth quarter going on a bit of a run, making it a close game. St. Gen's defense has been pretty good here in the second half, causing some havoc and getting some turnovers. And, I mean, just making shots. They're starting to make more shots, making the easy layups that we've been talking about, you know, on all of our broadcasts here in all the games. So they've stepped it up here on offense, which is a real good help for them.
So St. Gen looks like they're going man-to-man full court defense here, and they're going to try to jump in. And there was no rotation off that one as they're staying man-to-man, and she traveled. And a rare mess up there by Weiler as she accidentally bounces it off her foot. And so that'll be a turnover. And Cecilia Kay inbounds over to Goodwin. Goodwin to Beckham. Beckham swings it out to the corner. They get it inside to Filer. Filer looks to shoot, and she is fouled on the shot. And Filer will go to the line for 2. Filer hadn't been the most reliable from the free throw line tonight.
See if she can lock in here and knock these 2 down. But they really need it.
So the foul will be on Weiler. That'll be her second foul of the night. And looks like Filer hits the first one with 1:44 left. St. Gen trailing by 2 here. And Filer hits the second. St. Gen immediately goes into a press, full man-to-man, and they look to try and get the jump ball, and that's going to go to St. Gen, and that's a turnover. So St. Gen has an opportunity right here to go ahead as they inbound here with 1:42 left to play. And they inbound over to Filer. Filer's able to get it in. They give it to Goodwin. Goodwin tries to shoot a tray and is blocked. And tipped ball there by Cecilia Kay, and it's just many turnovers everywhere. I can't keep up. All right, so Goodwin with a head fake goes inside for the layup, converts, and they're up by 1 as Valle drives down the court. Weiler looking to go coast to coast, kicks it back out. Little head fake there by Hogan. Nice little inside shot there by number 24.
Yeah, that was good ball movement and a good drive there from Valle.
And Lipe able to convert as St. Gen trails by 1. Plenty of time now at this one. And almost an unnecessary foul.
Yeah.
And there she goes inside, and Filer is fouled this time. And she'll go to the line as St. Gen trails by 1. Good back and forth action here in the last 40 seconds of panic.
Crowd starting to get into it and high emotions.
So Filer misses the first one as they trail. And looks like the coach for Valle is going to try to ice Filer as he calls a timeout, a full timeout. And we'll be back in 60 seconds.
When an accident happens, you don't just need a mechanic. You need a team that knows the game. At Dwayne Doza Auto Body, we bring over a century of combined experience to every repair. We're certified and approved for all insurance needs, and we specialize in taking the stress out of the process. Dealing with a high deductible? We're here to help you save 50 to 100% on those out-of-pocket costs. From full-service collision repair to our brand-new mobile glass service. All our work is 100% guaranteed. Don't get sidelined by a damaged vehicle. Call 573-883-9996 for a quote. Or visit us at 590 St. Gen Drive right here in St. Genevieve. Dwayne Doza Auto Body will get you back in the driver's seat. Winner next.
All right, we're back. All right, so if you're just tuning in, 54 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter. St. Gen trailing by 1. Filer at the line has 1 shot left. Valle leading by 1 here. St. Gen looking to at least tie at best right now. The crowd settles down for Filer. Luckily, she's at home. Filer's second shot is short, and the ball is rebounded by Hogue. Hogue pushes it down the court and gets it to Weiler. Weiler over to Hogue. Hogue looks to drive. She travels. Unbelievable. Just when you thought she'd just keep it out of bounds and sling it around so you burn time, she drives a hole.
St. Gen has a chance here.
Yeah, so St. Gen off the turnover, gives it to Nix. Nix looks inside, gives it to Cecilia K.
Good layup there.
Yeah, so she gets the layup. St. Gen up by 1, and Weiler almost dribbles it off her feet. Sends it around.
20 seconds left.
And they send it to Berkery. Berkery back out to Vaith. Vaith over to Hogue. And Hogue holding the ball. Timeout is called with 15 seconds left by Valle's coach.
She definitely could have drove there. I mean, the ball was past her and she had an open lane. I was kind of expecting her to drive. But
she could have drew the foul.
Yeah.
I think just on that transition, she just lost control of it. And once she did, all she wanted to do was get it back.
Yeah.
But lucky for St. Gen, that happened. So you've got a 42-41 lead right now. We're talking 1 point, a 2 points will win the game right now, or a foul and go to the line.
Yeah.
So if you're St. Gen, you got to be careful fouling.
For sure. Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess the best you could hope for is, hey, shoot a tray on the outside. So St. Gen coming out of their timeout. St. Gen has 1 timeout left if they need it. Valle is now out of timeouts as they use their last one here on their final possession with 15 seconds. Valle trailing now as St. Gen has not led at all until now. And what a time to start leading.
Yeah, for sure.
So Valle will take the ball out here, and we'll see what Coach Walk calls here as she's watching the players here. And they're looking to inbound it, and they're D'ing it up, and they get the ball in. They're going to try to inbound it there to Dettring. Dettring shoots and scores, and timeout called by Coach Walk. And so nice clutch play there by Kelby Dettring.
Kind of the player I figured they were going to go to, with her dominance in the paint and kind of size over Aaliyah Filer. It'd be a real easy post up and just kind of overhead shot over Aaliyah Filer. So.
And that was nice and controlled. I thought maybe
sure.
St. John was going to get a 5-second, on the inbound until Berkery was able to pull away and come up the middle.
Stayed with it, didn't get rushed, and got up a good shot and hit it.
Yep. So now St. John still has a lot of time. 8 seconds is easy to drive to the court and get a shot off. Maybe force something underneath and try to draw a foul. We'll see what they do. Will Valle come out in a press or will they pull back, And it's like you got to be aware of that situation. 8 seconds is not a lot of time, but it is a lot of time to get a shot off.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we'll see how the Dragons respond. In the past, they seem to throw the ball away, so I'm hoping that does not happen tonight, and they at least get a shot off and make it honest.
Just got to get the ball in first and go from there here.
So St. John looking to inbound here in the last 8.5 seconds of the game as St. John trailing now by 1. And looks like Valle is going to kind of meet them at half court, and they are going to press. So they're looking to 4 across, find the open man here. And they're looking to inbound. They give it to Cecilia K, who takes off. And Cecilia K is fouled by number 11. And Hayden Vaith will ride her and get the foul. So 3 seconds is burned off the clock there as they get to inbound. And so they look to inbound. They inbound to Filer. Filer shoots a long shot, rebounded by Beckham, and Beckham misses the putback. And St. John will fall short as they do manage to get 2 shots off. as St. Gen Falls 43-42 in a pretty electrifying game there at the end for sure. It could have been anybody's game.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, a series of, I thought were going to be game-winning layups scored there in the final 1 minute, but that was a great game there by both teams. They played really well, especially in the second half, and was really exciting. And
yeah, made some good adjustments. And, you know, shout out on defense to Cecilia Kay tonight, and good rebounding from her. Looks like Goodwin was a clutch performer on the offensive side by hitting some major buckets when they needed them.
Had a great offensive
for St.
game.
Gen, and so you gotta look at the positives of that anyway. So that's a final here on SGHS Sports Stream, powered by Wirecast. Big thanks to Ciro's Restaurant and Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto for making tonight's broadcast possible. Brought to you by St. Genevieve High School. From all of us here, thanks for watching. And